You are looking at the TFDI MD-11 in classic American bare metal livery on a very noisy ramp. Let's see if we can get out of some of this noise here. How you doing, everybody? CJ here. I am your classic jet sim pilot. And the other day, as you'll recall, we did a flight in the MD-11 in the freighter version, in the Martin Air livery between London. You know what? Let's get up the ramp. Okay, not quite as noisy in here. So, as you recall, we did that flight in Martin Air livery, and from London to Amsterdam, and some of you fine folks requested a preview of the passenger version. So here we are today in the passenger version, doing a real-world American route in the MD-11 between Honolulu and where are we going? Kahului. Kahului Airport. It's got to be one of the shortest MD-11 flights ever. It's about 100 miles, and but let's do it. Let's take this baby out, and when we get to Kahului, we'll get out and take a look around at it. But I kind of want to get out of here because it is so noisy. Battery on. Fuel's off. Up, down, gear handles down, windshield wipers are off.
Autopilot.
My goodness. Delta A350 just landed, taxiing right behind us. And
Stabilizer. Flap.
my guess is we're getting some let's see here. Bravo. I got MD-11 selected. Yeah, I thought I deleted these. That is what's causing the issue, because I've got everything else running in SPAD. MD-11. You know, somebody's going to have to explain the 2024 control bindings to me, how to set it up so you don't have to change them every time.
Stabilizer.
There we go. Okay, here we go. We got that up. We got the payload set. Let's go through and do the overhead panel. Navs are all working on getting aligned. We can test that. The galley buses are off. Let's get the external power on for the galley buses. Ignition's off. Windshield wipers off. We'll let the hydraulic self-test run. Arm the emergency power. We are 200 and I don't remember. $213. 220. Excuse me, had to cough. 10.5s all around. Whoops. And 52.4 on the fuel quantity. Looks good. Coming across here will give us some overhead panel and some instrument panel lighting. The sun is on its way down. Arm the emergency lights. No smoking sign on. Seatbelt sign off. Nav light is on. Coming up top, we'll do the fire test.
Engine 1, fire. Engine 2, fire. Engine 3, fire.
Glide slope. Pull
Got the
up.
lights. Got the ground packs.
Pull up.
Flight control panel is in auto. We'll get the windshield heat going. And that's your light test.
Overspeed.
And you got to hold it long enough so you get the air test.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
You can check the air test right here. You know, I didn't run was the emergency light test. Look for the pass here. There it is. Reset the fuel use, reset the engine max pointers. Coming across the top, we are in inches of mercury, that's good. We're in magnetic, which is good. We're in IAS, we're in heading, we're in feet, we're in vertical speed. I like traffic data airport. FMC. We'll go ahead and send the flight plan over. Not a very long flight plan, about 100 miles. Good database. Line the IRS. We are AAL 161. That's all we need to do for right now. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Speed brakes are down. Flaps are up.
Stabilizer. Stabilizer.
Excellent. Let's get the radios set. We are actually (118.1). And we could send this to VATSIM in case we get air traffic control on. That'll give us a squawk code too. 1014 will be our squawk. And we are not aligned yet, so we can't do the TCAS test. Trims are at 0. We want to listen to 1 and 2. We'll set 122.8 on the right-hand side for folks that don't know how to use CTAF. And CTAF for our destination airport is 18.7. Again, it's a really short flight. I think I filed for 11,000 feet. It is so short. All right. Yeah, we can program the box now. Alternate route. We put a 0 in so that way we can manipulate the fuel required. 11,000 feet. We're going to get there really fast because we're going to be really light. -6. Our wind. Not going to make a lot of difference in such a short flight. 058 at 11, which is a headwind of 6 knots. Cost index will be 200. We'll set up our flight plan. Out of Honolulu, probably departing to the east. Let's see. Yeah, the 8s are used, so we'll plan on 8 left probably. That's the easiest taxi. Yep. Sid. 8 left. Eight left. Pele 3 to Lanai. Insert. Yep, runway 2. It's only 7,000 feet long, so we don't want to dilly-dally on this approach here. Camps 4, Lanai. ILS 2 final. ILS 2 Yankee. Camps 4 from Lanai. Insert. Yeah, because that arrival will feed directly into... Takes us right to camps, and that leads us right onto the ILS. So, perfect. Put that into our second. We'll go to our second page. Second init page. And we are looking at a block fuel of a whole 33.9. Not much fuel for this airplane. 0 fuel weight. I like to pull it off of here just to make sure. 359.1. Takeoff gross weight of 390,000 pounds. Again, not much. We'll throw in our CGs. Okay, our taxi 2.5. Alternate is probably back here at Honolulu, 7.5. That gives us an extra half-hour fuel. Weather's good. Shouldn't have any issues. And let's do a quick performance calculation here. This information, get the takeoff, 390, we'll calculate. Be a flaps 10. 35, 37, 59. Flaps 10. Flex of 29. No slope, I don't think. Nope. And a headwind of 11 knots. 0 slant 11. With an outside air temperature of 27 degrees. 27. 27C. 27C. There we go. 35, 37, 59. I think that's what we got. 35, 37, 59. Excellent. 35, 37, 59. It's going to come fast. It's going to come fast on this departure. All right, FMC2. We'll put on legs. And I think we're good to do the before start checklist. Rudder pedals and seat adjusted and locked. Windows closed and locked. O2 set and checked. FMS McDo initialized and checked. The IRS's are in nav. Nav. Hydraulic panel is checked. Fuel quantity and distribution 33,900 pounds. Even. Emergency light switch is armed. No smoking sign is on. EVAC switch is armed. AFS control panel is checked. Cabin pressure panel checked. Windshield anti-ice norm on. A defog light is out. Glare shield control panel. We are going to take off of runway 8, which is 79 degrees. 250 knots on the speed, 11,000 feet is our cruise altitude. And the departure is, we just need to make a right turn to our heading, which will be Palais, and be at 2,500 before we cross the 240 degree radial. So what we can do is put Cocoa Head 113.9 in the number 1 radio. And the 240 radial, right? 240. There. So, and we can put the VOR on there, and we'll see the needle as we pass. And when the needle passes the 60 degree 2, we want to be above 2,500 feet. This will not be a problem. We'll be at 2,500 feet about here. So well before we get there. But we want to head to direct to Palais as soon as we can. Systems display control panels checked. EIS and bugs set and cross-checked. Standby flight instruments are checked. Oh, I didn't get our... silly me. I looked at the ATIS, but I didn't look at it. 06012, few 24, 4,000 scatter, 5,500 broken, 272, 999er. 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 Very good. Gear handle lights down, 4 green. Brakes and pressure parked in normal. Flap slide handle up and retracted. Throttles closed. Reverser levers down. Takeoff warning check. Fuel switches are off. Radar is off. Transponder is in standby and set. We can do the test now. There's the right symbology.
TCAS test pass.
Aileron rudder trim 00. Shoulder harness on. Flight attendant briefing is done. Seatbelt sign. We can bring on. We'll start the APU. Watch your APU stats over here.
Honolulu traffic 75971 is 6,000, turning right base, final runway 08 left approach. We'll call 5 mile final. Honolulu traffic.
Test.
Honolulu traffic next to 520 at gate Charlie 5. Going to be pushing back on to taxiway Honolulu.
Alright, that 777 next to us is about to push. Alright, how's our APU doing? Looks like it's up and running. It is available and on. So we can turn off the external power. Bring the air on. Bring hydraulic pump 1 on. Auto brake to take off. And we can prep to push. Get the beacon on. Autos at idle. No door, no config warnings. And when we're ready to push, Honolulu traffic, American 161 heavy. We're going to be pushing off at Charlie 4. We'll push back in the alley, remain clear of the United of Zulu. So we'll use the map for the custom pushback. Love to oh, it saved my pushback. Awesome. Here we go. Should cut the packs off. We start our push. We start turning 3. Here we go. Look for the red light. There it is. Max motoring or 20%, whichever comes first. Fuel. Light off. Oil pressure.
Honolulu traffic, UPS 2586 heavy, taxiing via Charlie to runway 4 right, Honolulu.
Turning 1. I've got my honeycomb switches bound to the fuel valves, fuel switches. There we go. We've got light off. Watching that EGT for the hot start. Watching N2 and N1 for the hung start. We've got oil pressure.
Honolulu traffic, needing to hit 2520 heavy, going to be taxiing to runway 8 left via Zulu Alpha, Honolulu.
Honolulu traffic, south of 5971.
All right, good start.
5 mile
Turning
final,
2.
runway 8 left.
Brakes are set. Cleared to disconnect. We'll take the signal on the right. See you next time. %. There's the fuel. There's the light off. We have oil pressure. We got the UPS heading out to the 4s. We got the United on the 8s. We got 3 good starts. Air can come off. That'll shut off the APU because I started it here. If you start the APU up here, you got to shut it down up here. Don't need any anti-ice. We'll come down here, arm the speed brakes. We have a flaps 10 takeoff. Get the slats out. And flaps to 10. Do a system. Oops, sorry about that. That was me. Hydraulic system. Checking here. Everything looks good. 3 pumps, good quantity. Electricals. Looks good. All the gens are up and running. Air system. We're getting bleed from the engines. The APU is not. Fuel is set. All our fuel pumps are running. Config. Looks good. We'll do the control check. There's 3 green. 3 green. 2 green. 2 green.
Lining up 4 right.
And 1. And 1. Very good. Trim goes to 4.9.
Honolulu traffic, south of 5971, clear, runway 8 left, taxiing to gate via Yankee Alpha.
Honolulu traffic, American 161 heavy. We're going to be taxiing to runway 8 left, Zulu Alpha. All right, after start checklist. APU is off, hydraulic system checked, electric system checked, air system checked, fuel system checked, anti-ice is off, config page been selected, flight controls checked, taxi check complete. Taxi light comes on, we're clear left, clear right, brakes are released. Let's get out of here.
Honolulu traffic, UPS 2586, heavy taking off 4 right, southbound turnover.
Brakes. Good. All right, busy Honolulu this afternoon. Love it. It's fun to have the traffic. Nav is armed, prof is armed. This is one of the more fun airplanes to taxi because you sit some 20, 22, 23 feet, I believe, in front of the nose wheel. The nose wheel is light, so you can't horse the nose wheel around. You have to sort of ease into turns. In fact, in the real airplane, The suggestion is that you lead with the rudder pedals,
Honolulu traffic.
and
United
then
left,
feed in the
negative
tiller,
hard and runway 8 left,
because it's so easy to scrub that nose wheel.
Honolulu.
Alright, the Glacier control panel is set and checked. Anti-ice is off. Stab trim 4.9 is set. Spoilers armed. Brakes are takeoff. Flats and slats 10, 10, 10. Takeoff data and bugs set. Runway 8 left, 35, 37, 59 with a min clean of 224. We got 250 in the window. EADs checked. Green box. Takeoff PAs completed. Transponder we can put on TARA. Lights to go. Before takeoff checklist complete. That United headed. United heading to Sydney. That UPS that just took off is headed to the Big Island. Oh yeah, that used to be a 747 route, if I remember right, with UPS. And then it would head back to the mainland, I guess. Here's a United 777 heading to Sydney, getting ready to launch off of A left. There are a lot of really good MD-11 videos available on YouTube through Air Clips. Highly recommend you watch. You'll learn a lot. You'll get a lot of technique from the real-world pilots, mostly Lufthansa cargo. There he goes. That is cool. That is so cool. I really enjoy that aspect of simming. I flew professionally for a number of years, and I don't know how to explain it, but it still gives me sort of that legit sense of satisfaction when I complete a mission, even if it's, you know, virtual. Be takeoff, right turn, direct to that first waypoint. I just had to unplug and plug back in my McDo. It didn't do anything. We're still at flaps 10. I heard something move. Oh, I know why it's doing that. It's looking for the PFP7, and I've got the PFP3 in. Oh well, no biggie. Next left. Nobody coming in for 8. Now, we were just taxiing at 20 knots, and you barely know it. You sit up so high in this airplane. I'm gonna hold here for a second. CKH, CKH. So that should give us okay. New Mass Southwest. Alright, nobody's out there. Honolulu traffic, American 161 heavy. We'll be departing runway 8 left. Be a right turn out to the southeast immediately after departure. Honolulu. Lights. Camera. Action. Packs will come off on their own. Let's go. Your right turn to about 110 or so. Running up to 11,000 feet. One 10.7 is our takeoff and one. A little early on my turn. Power is set. There's 80 knots. We are accelerating fast, folks. B1, rotate. We were still in touchdown zone. Positive rate, you're coming up. It is going to be a steep climb out. Turn to our heading. Here's our radial. We want to be above 2,500 feet by the time we get to. You think we'll make it? Direct. Palais. Palais. Here we go. Nav. We've reached our acceleration altitude. Flaps up. Retract the slats. And away we go. How's that for scenery? Love it. Gosh, this is such a fun airplane to fly. It really is. There is just nothing like it. $4,500 feet per minute. Not bad. Put up on 10. Any lights can come off.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. For our quick flight down to Kahului. So enthralled with the performance, I forgot to do my after takeoff. Spoilers are disarmed, gear is up, no lights, auto brake selector is off, no smoking sign will leave on, landing lights are off, flats and slats, up and retracted, EAD, no alerts. 10,000 feet, we can do the chime, let the flight attendants up, even though it's only going to be for a few minutes. And we'll return our dial flap to 15. All right, here we are in a little island hop. We're gonna leave all our other external lights on since we're staying so low. And let's prep for the our arrival into Kahului. We gotta work our way down to Lanai, and that's when we pick up the arrival. But the weather in Kahului, wind 0 to 0 at 14, gusts to 27, so 7 and 13. Yeah, it's almost 20 we want to add to ref. I don't remember on this airplane if there's a max of 15. We'll add 15. 10 miles, 2,500, 5,000 scattered, temperature 27, altimeter 2998. Do a quick performance. Oh, we can't do landing performance. So, we'll do it using SimBrief. Performance. Hide. Show. Populate from last flight. There it is. Use 50 flaps. Calculate. Half the headwind, all the gusts. There we go. 155, flaps 50. So we're gonna have to get on the brakes pretty hard. All right, we want a 155 where it flaps 50. The ILS. Has an MDA of 275. If we need to go miss 3,000 outbound via the OGG VOR 23-degree radial. So let's put that in our rad nav. OGG is Maui, 115.1, 23-degree radial. So basically it's a straight out. 3,000 feet. All right. So FMS McDo set for descent and arrival. Shoulder harnesses are on. Air panel is set. Pressurization is checked. Anti-ice is off. Landing data is prepared. Altimeter set. Before descent checklist is complete. We got our top of descent coming up quickly. There's Lanai, which is the beginning of our arrival. And we'll begin our descent to hit camps at 3,000 feet. Love these inter-island flights. You know, it'd be fun to mimic some of the inter-island flights with the MD-80 that Hawaiian Airlines does. I mean, they do it with the Boeing 717, but it's basically an MD-90. Is it an MD-95 or is it 90? Anyway, I guess the MD-95 program was canceled and the 717 came in its place. When after Boeing took over. Anyway, let's while we got a couple of minutes here, we can take a look at the cabin. Oh, look at that. On the monitors. I'd never noticed that. Heh, that's awesome. I think the cabin looks pretty good, don't you? With a little curve. God, I remember being on 757s that had these monitors. Oh, some people are putting down their shades. We leave economy. Got some sun coming in from, must be from over here. Oh, it is, yeah. That's pretty cool. Big galley. Got a lot of people to feed. First class, 2, 2, and 2. 3 rows of 6. On up to the forward galley. And into the flight deck. I think that looks pretty good. All right, we need to descend. Probably should everybody sit back down. Whoa. Got some bumpies there. I guess you can raise the blinds. Huh. I did not know that. My mouse pad is so small. Anyway, let's pay attention to what we're doing. Coming up on Kiki. And then camps. Picking up the localizer, 20 miles out. I don't see anybody else in the area. The UPS is going down to the Big Island. He's a long way away. Kahului traffic, American 161 heavy. We are 20 miles to the southwest, setting up for the ILS, runway 2. Once we're inside of camps, we can descend to 2,400 feet. Which we will. Here's our turn. Start slowing up. We'll extend the slats. Go ahead and arm the approach mode. Loc. Land is armed.
Altitude
1,000 to go. Go to flaps 15. We were 155. Excuse me, 155. It's a pretty good looking wing and engine. That's pretty cool. Alright, here comes the glide slope. You're down. Flaps 28. Speed checks. Start slowing it up. Flaps 35. Speed checks. Flaps 35. Flaps 50. Speed checks. Flaps 50. It's a lot of flaps. Okay. This is not the easiest airplane in the world to land when you've got full flaps out. Before landing checklist. Oh, I have one more thing to set. Alright, before landing, GCP set and cross-checked, EIS and bugs set and cross-checked, ILS ident, IOGG set. Seatbelt, no smoking, PA is on. Seatbelt, no smoking is on. Gear is down, 4 green.
1000.
Auto brakes, Mead. Spoiler, armed, flats and slats, 40, 40.
Stabilizer motion.
Before landing checklist complete. 7,000 feet of runway, 155 knots, 390,000 pounds. Here we go. What could possibly go wrong? Kahului traffic, American 161 Heavy. We're in a short final. Runway 2.
American Aloha Air Cargo and Company is holding short for you.
Appreciate it. My airplane.
Pilot. Approaching minimum. Minimum.
Glide slow.
We're on
Glide
it.
slow.
Visual.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
100.
Glide slow.
50.
Glide slow.
40.
Glide
30.
slow.
20. 10.
Get down. Right there. Max braking. 80 knots. Kahului traffic, American 161 Heavy. We're going to clear runway 2 onto runway 23 and then join Alpha. Alright, that wasn't that bad actually. A little long. I flared a little aggressively. But we were about 300 feet a minute on that landing, so I'll take it. And our brakes are going to be warm. And American 161. We are clear now, runway 2. Fire up the APU.
High traffic, Aloha 221, departing runway 2 at Maui.
After landing, Brewster's indications are extinguished. Landing lights are off. High intensity lights are off. Brake pressure is good. Flats and slats up and retracted. Spoiler handers down. Stab trim 3 degrees. Nose up.
traffic. Aloha 27's lining up and waiting, runway 02.
Aloha Air Cargo. That's cool. Weather radar is off. I think we've cooled down enough. We can shut down number 2. We're going to park on the end here, gate 39.
Kahului traffic, Aloha, off runway 02, Kahului.
Have a good flight, guys.
Dankeschön.
Gotta say, that was a fun little flight. Quick flight, but we had some nice traffic. Flew an excellent airplane. We'll do a quick walk around when we get out, after we park here, so you can get a better look at the model. But I am really pleased with what TFDI has done here with this update. I mean, I enjoyed flying it a lot in 2020, in its previous iteration, but this is even better. The ladder is right up against where I stop. Okay. We're going to pull right up to the line. I'll do it. Alright. Brakes are set. Got the air. Shut them down. Let them up. After landing checklist. Get the beacon. Brakes are set, electrical power is established, seatbelt signs off, fuel switches are off, APU air is on. We can bring the cargo temp off. Anti-ice is off. Beacon is off. All the other lights are off. Emergency light switch is off. Any status left? Looks pretty clear. Yep. And we'll deboard. Connect the GPU. We'll set the chocks. And Make sure only 2 left opens. Yeah, there's no cargo over here, boys. Okay, how about that, huh? That was fun. That was fun. It's a lot of work, but a whole lot of fun. Let's step outside and take a look at stuff. Yeah, the model's looking pretty good. I see a few spots that'll probably get some additional work, but all in all, it looks so much nicer than the previous version did. Yeah, it's got sort of a generic GSX profile right now. That probably needs some fine-tuning. But I think it's looking pretty good. And it flies wonderfully. You can feel the inertia. It doesn't respond instantly. Feels like it's got some heft to it. I don't know, folks. I think they did. I think TFDI has done just a really nice job. One of the best jump seats in the business. This giant window. Got your little desk. It's really sort of reminiscent of the old flight engineer station that would have sat here on the DC-10. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this second look at the TFDI MD-11, this time in the passenger variant. I'm going to have a lot of hours of fun with this airplane. Thanks, TDI, for letting me preview it. I will be purchasing the upgrade when it becomes available, even though I have access. I believe developers should get paid for their work, and I have no problem paying for products that I intend to use on my personal time versus doing it just for the review. So we'll be flying the TFDI a lot more in the future, I promise. And as more and more liveries come available for it, we'll explore all sorts of parts of the world in it. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great year for flight simming. We're going to see some really classic heavy iron coming our way. Not the least of which is the TFDI MD-11. So I am CJ, your classic jet sim pilot. Until next time, keep the shiny side up. We'll see you soon.